The learning outcome for this module is to understand ways that you can use successful strategies to gather better information for decision making. Let's get started.
Right now we're going to be discussing the action steps for making better decisions by using successful strategies to gather high quality relevant information. So this section is really about how do I gather the data that I need in order to make high quality decisions. The first step is to find the sources of information that you're going to use. You want to review as many sources as possible that contain relevant information for the problem or the issue that you think that you need to solve. You want to obtain it through your own channels, and obviously Google is a first choice. There's hard copy information through your library, through your business library. Your company may have special database, proprietary databases that you can look through, customer information, etc. And then also obtain information from colleagues inside and outside your organization or your team. Then talk with three to five people you consider to be experts on the subject that you're looking at right now, based on their experience, their credentials, their thought leadership on the topic, whether or not they're known for having answers to these, the issue that you're looking at, or whether or not they've been known to be innovators in this field. And try to look for a diversity of opinions and perspectives. When you hopefully sit down or get them on the phone to talk to them, ask them probing questions like, why is it that you believe in this perspective? Or what trends are you seeing right now that allow you to arrive at this conclusion that you've made? The goal here is to keep asking why and what else to just continue to pile up as a large a data set as possible for yourself. The next step that you want to do after you've found, gone through your sources is to define the problem that you're trying to answer, or define the question that you're trying to answer. Once you feel that you've reached that point of saturation, the new information isn't providing additional data, you want to decide what is it exactly that you're trying to solve or accomplish. You want to get clear about the ultimate goal that you're trying to get to. A way to do this is first to identify any common themes, and then you can list them all out and then sort them into categories. Which ones go together? Which ones seem to be moving in the same direction? Make sure that you give each category a name. Sometimes when you've put these information in categories, you'll find that these categories then move into a meta category. So there's a larger question that you're trying to answer. And then finally, once you have this information sort of gathered out in front of you, either on a whiteboard or through Post-it notes on a wall or something like that, ask yourself, now that you have the information in front of you, what are the things that you didn't notice before? Are there gaps in the question that you're answering, or is there a critical thread that goes through all of the information that leads you towards an answer? And then take notes. Write it down. Make sure that you take note of what it is that you're seeing as you are defining the problem that you're trying to achieve. And then the third thing, finally, weigh the information that you have. As you begin to formulate your analysis based on all of this information that you've gathered, weigh the information that you have in a practical manner. For example, what if you have two sources of information, or you talk to two experts, or you went and looked at two databases and they disagree? Ask yourself things like, is there common ground between the two answers I'm looking at right now, or the two pieces of analysis that I'm looking at? Which source of information do I believe is more credible, based on either credentials or their predictions in the past? Have they been successful in the past, or the freshness of the data that they have, etc. And should you ask yourself, should you give more weight to one source or another? You might consider, a good colleague at within your organization or your team is someone that you trust, but at the same time, when you may use the information from someone who's a recognized thought leader who's been very, very successful in this field, you might take their information and weigh it a little heavier because they have a proven track record of success. And most importantly, when you're looking at all of the sources of information that you have, pay close attention to who is giving you opinions and who is giving you facts. Because when you're gathering that information, people will ultimately give you what they think is true based upon their perspective in the world, and other people will give you facts based on data that they have or information that they have at their disposal. And again, you really mostly want to work on with facts that you can validate and measure against. But you might want to mix in some opinions as well, because again, maybe there's other people who have been successful in the past, and they don't have a key data set that they can draw from, but they've been successful because they're able to put that put their mix of experience and techniques that they've had to good use.
We hope you found this module on information gathering useful. Remember, a complete transcript of this video is below, and there are downloadable takeaways that you can use offline. Also, please take a moment to leave us a comment and tell us how you're doing better information gathering today. Or leave us a comment about how we can make this section better. Thank you.